Nerds. Just sitting around talking about stuff. The Burg Nerds. This is the Burg Nerds. Just sitting around talking about shit. Yee-hoo!
Hello, friends and fellow nerds. Welcome back to another episode of the Burg Nerds. Another, or should I say, a very laughs. Wow, much awesome, such amazing episode of the Burg Nerds, the #1 rated podcast recorded on the street. And of course, I'm Jeremy.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Benicio del Toro, Eddie.
Monster Joe.
And Mike.
And this week we're doing we're going to do movies. You know, we touch here and there on movies. I thought it'd be a great idea to dedicate an entire episode just to movies. I'm a movie nut. Everybody here is a movie nut. We're all just a bunch of lonely movie nuts who sit around and watch movies.
Jerk off
and watch movies and stuff. So
Jordan's not allowed to go to the local theater anymore.
He went by the way of Mr. Herman.
That's what I was about to say. Like Paul Rubens before me, I got caught whacking it in the theater. That's not true.
And they called that pulling a peewee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they
quite literally.
And what tipped off the managers that Jordan was up to no good, he was up there going, paging Mr. Herman.
Mr. Herman. So we're going to kick off this episode with a section called The Best Movie You've Never Seen. And this is basically any kind of film out there, any movie you've ever seen that is it's just resonated with you for one reason or another. A movie that you really connected with that maybe didn't get a lot of fanfare, or that was just maybe generally panned that no one really gave a shot to. We're going to start there, I think, and we're going to go to Mike on this when he looks ready and raring.
Okay. For me, I'm going to toss out for the first one.
Nah, movie sucked.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
We have the villain of the podcast.
Seen it.
Sorry, Mike.
Not a problem. Kentucky Fried Movie. A lot of people have not seen this film.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, is that is that Kaufman? Did Lloyd Kaufman do that? Is that Lloyd Kaufman?
No.
I might be thinking of something else.
John Landis directed. Writers David Zucker and Jim Abrams.
I'm a huge John Landis fan.
Okay.
From American Werewolf in London to
Jim Neighbors.
Trading Places.
Jim Neighbors?
No, it's not Jim Neighbors.
Oh, okay. I thought
I got so excited.
like, Gomer's in it?
Golly!
So tell me a little bit about the film, Mike.
Kentucky Fried Movie was a collection of shorts. It actually starred a very young and unknown at the time Robin Williams.
Now, all the shorts were directed by Landis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it's just comedy snippets, and it's if you went to the theater and saw it, you literally wondered why the hell you were there, or you were on some kind of a drug trip.
Now that surprises me that I haven't seen it. Like I know, I knew who the director was. I just couldn't get it out. I was thinking Kaufman, but I was a huge Landis fan. I even went as far as to get a red bubble vest when I was a kid. It was American Werewolf in London. You know, David.
Oh yeah.
David Naughton's character had the red bubble vest or whatever. And this was I think I even got this before I ever saw Marty McFly's awesome, amazing bubble vest in Back to the Future. So it's pretty good stuff. I mean, it's comedy. I mean, it's Landis, right?
It's completely lowbrow comedy. It's the perfect thing. Yeah, I mean, it's the perfect thing for sitting home drinking.
Parts are funny.
Yeah, exactly. But it's everything like that. It is completely lowbrow humor. It was, I'll put it this way, it was America's attempt at Monty Python type humor.
That's something America should stay away from. And while I'm at it, that's something Great Britain should stay away from.
You're not a Monty Python fan?
I'm not. I thought we talked about this before.
I don't think so.
I'm not a Monty Python fan.
Boo.
Oh, boo. Yeah.
Boo, this
the
man.
one thing that we are in agreement on, boo.
You know what's funny is that all you Monty Python fans out there, I've challenged you time and time again to show me something funny, and they're like, well, you gotta, you had to be,
Holy Grail is very funny. Meaning of Life is extremely funny.
I don't find men in
Meaning of Life where he gets to choose his method of death.
Oh, fuck yeah. Titties and roller skates.
Yes, exactly.
What the hell, man?
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm a
Best
huge
part
fan.
of that whole movie is the sex ed class.
Yes.
And all the kids are bored. And he's like, would you kindly wake up? And, like, he's fucking his wife. And they're like,
no, when the kid's chewing gum and he makes the kid come up here and give him the gum.
Well, wait a minute now. Now, to be fair, and generally speaking, I'm a huge fan of titties and roller skates. I've just yet to see. There was one skit that I kind of smirked at, and that was the lumberjack You know, I'm a lumberjack.
Yeah, but that's not movie. That was their
That's
TV
a
show.
I know everybody.
I'm full.
And everybody
Department-
loved Holy
Come on.
Grail and the Life of Brian. I asked these people, I'm
The
like,
Department of Silly Walks. Come on.
Yeah.
like, show me something like that's funny, and they've tried, and I'm just
Well,
like,
in all fairness, you didn't think that I'd buy that for $1 guy was funny. So
no, he was fucking
Man.
annoying. From RoboCop to I buy that for $1.
That was that was funny.
I rest my case.
That
Thank
was
you.
funny.
You motherfucker.
So
Fair
my
enough for all
first
entitled.
one out is Kentucky Fried Movie.
Right out of the gate. Joe, what do you got, buddy? You got a movie that, the best movie you've never seen, one that connected with you.
I've got a couple of them, actually.
Let's hear 'em.
They came out about the same time. The first one being Happy Texas. It's
Well, I don't know that one.
Is that Dolly Parton?
no.
That's the best little whorehouse in Texas.
So that's
That's something
Ryan-
to do
Ryan
about
Stone.
Texas.
I'll be honest, I couldn't name one of the actors from the movie, but other than William H. Macy.
Not to be confused with the American Legion building in Lawrenceburg, the best little whorehouse in Lawrenceburg.
Yeah.
William H. Macy, like a young William H. Is it an old movie or older
It's
movie?
It's not too old.
no, it's
1999.
99. Yep.
a
You got to pull
classic.
it up there. Some of the actors for them, but Steve Zahn,
Steve Zahn?
Zahn,
Yeah, yeah.
Zahn, yeah. Jeremy Northam, William H. Macy, Ron Perlman. He played in I think it was a U.S. Marshal in that movie, and a very gay one at that. But it was just pretty funny.
Now, here's a little known fact. Steve Zahn, his wife, actually owns the dance school that my niece used to take her dance classes at in Lexington.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Way
that's
to name drop.
really interesting. Might go eat a dick.
I haven't seen that movie.
That's one of my favorites.
Kind of the plot of the movie is you got a prison break, 3 guys basically chained together. One of them manages to get away from them and leaves the other 2 chained together for more or less to fend for themselves. So they end up in this little podunk town in Texas, well, called Happy Texas. And they end up hijacking an RV that happens to belong to a gay couple,
Naturally.
naturally,
You know how gay
And-
couples are with their RVs.
in their RVs, yeah. And
That's where all the
I don't
sex
mean to-
happens.
I don't mean to stereotype. It's not that kind
No,
of show.
there's
but these
nothing
gay
wrong with
people
that if
with
you
their
choose it.
RVs, it's just too
Yeah.
much.
and these guys, they direct child pageants, or pageants in general. But the whole movie's a clusterfuck. Everything goes wrong.
Sounds like
And-
Little Miss Sunshine or something.
Yeah, but just a whole bunch of different funny things happen in it. I know that's very vague, but it's one that hardly anybody knows about.
Yeah, that's
And-
that's the first time I've heard about it.
But seeing William H. Macy as a gay sheriff and him and Ron Perlman hitting it off at the very end of the movie was
Now that's
hysterical.
2 people I'm a very big fan of, William
Yeah.
H. Macy and Ron Perlman. I love Shameless. I don't know, Joe, if you've ever seen Shameless, the show on I think it's on Showtime. It's an adaptation of a British show of the same name. I've watched the British one. I couldn't really get into it. But the American version is William H. Macy just plays this scumbag father of like this South Chicago ghetto family or whatever.
He looks like he'd be the dad of Joe Dirt.
He does. If you've ever seen him,
Yes.
the way he looks in the show,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm
he looks
being
like-
serious when I said that.
He's like an alcoholic who like steals and like scams his family out of shit. Like he's the worst human being in the world, and he plays it so well. And it's kind of a flip for William H. Macy because he always does like a clean cut character.
Yeah,
He's like unshaven and like long hair, and he just
I
looks
can't
ridiculous.
picture it. It's so hard not to see him
Every-
looking like this 1950s stereotypical dad.
Like you think Pleasantville, like,
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
perfect for William H. Macy, which was a wonderful movie by the way. But
Yeah. The last one I want to mention real quick is Gun Shy. It's
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
it has
Shut up.
Shut Up. Has Liam Neeson. It stars Liam Neeson, Oliver Platt, Sandra Bullock, and it's kind of a mafioso movie. It's hard seeing Oliver Platt as this like typical gangster type thing.
Such a good wise ass too.
Oh
Oliver
yeah,
Platt.
he's perfect for it. But it's one of them. I can just say if you like comedy and you like the kind of the mobster gangster type movies, you need to see this.
Right on. It is a comedy though. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a good movie.
It seems familiar, man. It seems like I've seen it. Eddie, what about you, buddy?
I have a few of them, so we're just gonna go one at a time and then just work around the room. But I have like,
Yeah, we'll walk around. Just throw it out there, man.
Okay. Well, one of the first ones I have was a movie I saw when I was a young lad.
He was a young lass.
It just kind of opens your eyes. It was Buford's Beach Bunnies. I happened to come
That
across
sounds sexy.
pretty much.
It is
It's just it's a movie
Like one of those 80s like college tits and ass movies.
early
Yes.
early 90s.
Yeah,
Early 90s, okay.
I mean, when I was a little kid, I was like, "What's
Porky's.
this?" What?
Eddie got his first boner at 23.
But that's my joke one. But in regards to just really good movie, Ghost World. I mean, to me, it just didn't seem like it got like a lot of recognition, but it was just a solid movie. I mean, it had a very young Scarlett Johansson.
Yes, it absolutely did. And Thor
And-
Birch,
Yeah.
Steve
I like-
Buscemi,
I
and
like
the guy
Thor
that killed
Birch.
himself. What's his name?
Richard Dreyfuss.
No, he was in.
Carradine.
That's our first drop of the night for
No, he
Richard
committed
Dreyfuss.
suicide in a hotel in Vegas.
There's only one per episode.
Okay.
But no, it was just a really, really good movie. I guess when I watched it, I was like this going, I can relate to this movie. But it was like I don't know, I just loved everything about it. I could just sit back and just watch it and just.
Brad Renfro. Sorry, I couldn't think of the
Oh
guy.
you go.
yeah.
But no, I mean, just in all, I mean, I can't really describe it. And to me, it's just it's a fantastically perfect movie.
I'm a fantastically perfect fan of Scarlett Johansson.
See, I like
Even though
Thora,
I think she was like 20 or something, 19 or 20. She was very young. In that
I like
movie.
Thora Birch when she was in American Beauty. Had a crush on her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she did. She went topless in that movie, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Bet it. But yeah, but Brad Renfro was. I mean, I think he was a decent actor. I mean, there was a movie he did. It was a Larry Clark film called Bully. I think it's one of the last films he did. Jordan, not a fan of Bully.
I'm not a fan of Larry Clark.
Not a fan of Larry Clark. Oh, say what you will about Larry Clark.
He's a creeper.
He is, but the movie was well, he built a career of Chloe Savini, and we have him to thank for that.
I guess.
But Bully was a wonderful movie too. Brad Renfro was he was a decent actor. I'm not sure,
Eh?
I think I went dead air. I went but yeah, it was wonderful, man. It was pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it was great. So that's my two for right now. I'll come back in a little bit. So Jordan,
Huh?
why don't you go talk about some movies?
Movies?
Okay, just for the record, I'm reading up. I'm very sorry. This is why I just slipped to dead air. Sorry to interrupt you, Jordan.
You're fine.
Brad Renfro is dead.
Yes.
I don't think he was the guy that killed himself. It was the one who played in the other Larry Clark film, Kids.
I don't know.
He played the skateboard kid in Next Friday. Joe?
Chris
I
Tucker.
don't know.
God. No, it was
He was a white guy.
Jackie.
I know who you're talking about, but I cannot call his name.
Yeah, he's the one that I think committed suicide or whatever. He was in Kids and stuff.
What was
I want to correct that. I'm very sorry.
Rosario Dawson was in Kids, right?
Yeah, she was actually discovered on the
Yeah, when
stoop
she was
of her
sitting
building.
on her on her porch.
They were
and-
shooting in New York.
and,
And they were,
and I'm sure Larry Clark saw her. How old she was? 14, 15?
16, 17.
And I'm sure. No, I don't think she was that old. And I'm sure Larry.
Older.
I thought she was like 15. I'm sure
Really?
Larry Clark saw her and was just like,
Oh, I won't deny that Larry Clark is a piece of shit, but he produced Gummo, so it's okay.
oh,
Rosario,
Yeah, that makes
fucking
it-
Jim.
no, that makes it much better.
Rosario Dawson was in White Man Can't Jump, wasn't she?
She's
Yes.
No, she wasn't at all.
You sure?
yeah,
Absolutely positive.
she played the wife.
no,
she
no, no,
did not.
you're
That
thinking
was
of Rosie
Rosie
Perez.
Perez.
Yeah, you're thinking
Oh,
of
Rosie Perez. She's funny.
No, she's
No,
not.
no.
She made me
No.
laugh in that movie.
She
'cause
needs
was
to never
crazy.
act again.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? She's going to be on our show next week. So guess what? We just lost her.
We could
Yeah,
actually
and we're gonna
probably
show her
get
an
her.
excerpt from this show where you talk
I
shit
think
about
we could aim higher than her.
I'm a bigger special guest than her.
Go on, Jordan. Fine, then
Uh,
her.
whatever.
Speaking of which, let's take it to our
All right.
special guest, Jordan. What do you think?
Yeah, special guest. I'm gonna go with Death to Smoochie. Anybody see that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
love
like,
it.
but that's a movie that, like, one, critics hated it.
Well, anytime you put
And-
what do you call it? The cast, like a
Dark comedy?
A-list.
well, no, you put together like an ensemble cast in a
Good.
movie that's not a big blockbuster hit.
Yeah.
That even has the slightest risk to a plot.
Yeah,
When they see an ensemble cast like that, they want it to blow up and be huge. And Death to Smoochie was like this like crazy black comedy.
yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
But critics hated it, and it bombed. But, like, I loved that movie.
It's amazing.
I
movie.
recommend that to anybody.
You don't put down Rainbow Randolph.
No, because friends come in all sizes, you know. You want your little booger eater on my show? Don't tell me how to do my fucking business, Jeremy.
That was very good.
You guys seem to all be going comedy here. I'm gonna serious it up a little bit.
Ghost World's not a comedy.
I put 1 hour photo on there too.
Yeah, well,
If anybody wants to see like Robin Williams completely not Robin Williams, he's so like diminished.
oh yeah.
It's so but that was good too.
Movie.
Yeah, 1 Hour Photo is a good movie too. I recommend that.
I actually have a comedy and I have a more serious film. The more serious film is it's a movie I saw back in 2008, and it was actually believe it or not, it was from the guy who directed Suburban Commando.
Nice.
I know. Jordan about spit soda on his microphone.
Undertaker was in that movie.
And when he talked, he goes, "You're a dead man, Ramses."
But the movie is called He Was a Quiet Man. It's Christian Slater. He had put on Christian Slater, I think, put on 35, 45 pounds for the role and shaved his head to look like he was balding on top. And Alicia Cuthbert and William H. Macy is in it. And it's a wonderful movie. He's a depressed guy who's lonely in the world, and he has this horrible cubicle office job.
Well, that sounds familiar.
And
I like how you just eyed Mike.
He's badgered every day by the cool kids in quotations at work that fuck with him, and he keeps a gun, a revolver in his desk, and he's thinking about just blowing the whole place up and turning the gun on himself. And he's taking the gun out, man. He's getting fed up. He's had it, and he's loading the gun, and he drops one of the bullets, and it rolls under the desk. When he climbs under the desk to get the bullet, he hears gunshots, and he just starts seeing bodies falling. And when he stands up, he sees another coworker had brought a gun to work and was murdering everybody. And he winds up shooting the gunman and becoming a hero. They move him up on the top floor of the building. They give him a huge office with a great view. They make him like vice president of the company and stuff. And the whole time, like, I don't want to spoil it if anybody wants to watch it. And he actually falls in love with Alicia Cuthbert, who was a beautiful, young, attractive woman, but was injured and can no longer, like, is paralyzed from the neck down. And they kind of begin this relationship where he's like taking care of her, and they fall in love. And I don't want to give away the end of the movie. It's got a wonderful plot twist ending. It's a very dark, sad ending, but it's an appropriate ending. It's a wonderful movie if you ever want to check it out. It's called He Was a Quiet Man. And just because it was directed by the same guy that did Suburban Commando, you shouldn't.
Okay, fair enough.
No, because I know
it actually sounds pretty good.
It's a wonderful movie. Christian Slater's. I love Christian Slater. Say what you will about him. I love him. I love him in almost everything I've seen. Like, yeah, I think he's a wonderful
he's never
actor.
bad. He's just really
he's
short.
He's dated.
yeah.
Does anybody else want to throw something else into it?
Well, you reminded me of one that I wanted to add to that. Sticking with the serious, Pump Up the Volume, Christian.
Yeah, absolutely.
That one was one of those just change your life kind of movies for me. A lot of people didn't see it.
It's very
wasn't a huge,
inspiring.
Exactly, and mainly for. And I hate saying this. There's probably we'll have a ton of people scratching their head. Leonard Cohen soundtrack.
Absolutely.
Leonard Cohen is absolutely
everybody knows.
No, that is the man. I've got his greatest hits and everything else. You listen to the lyrics. Leonard Cohen can paint pictures with his tongue like a $40 whore. But
absolutely,
what I'm saying is that was a pivotal movie. Just great message.
And I'm a little bit of info on the show here. Jordan and I are sitting around in my old apartment when I lived in the middle of town, and we're just like eating snacks and probably watching movies and bitching about something one night. And I bring up the idea. I said, let's start a podcast. And we were just like, okay. Then we got to talking about it more, and then before you know it, it started to grow.
Yeah, now all we do is fight now.
When did you all get married?
Right. And it grew into this wonderful idea and stuff. And I was like, in my head, like, I didn't want to say it out loud because it was so cornball, but I was like, this is going to be like Pump Up the Volume. I'm going to be Hard Harry, and I'm going to have my own talk show.
That was his nickname, Hard Harry?
Yeah. Happy Harry Hard On.
That should probably be my nickname.
Yeah. Okay.
Yours would be Jordan Sad Balls.
He's a 3-a-day. He's a 3-a-day guy.
Yeah.
And I didn't say it, but I was like, man, I'm gonna get my own show and swear and talk all raw and real about shit. I mean, I've yet to done it. I swear, I haven't done it.
I love these guys.
Now, if I'm correct, didn't he have a voice modulator? I mean, to where he didn't sound like himself?
Because he didn't want to be pinpointed
Right.
because he was broadcasting illegally. But yeah,
You know who that's from, right? Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Joe. He's about to say something.
Christian Slater, I never known a whole lot of his movies.
Uh-huh.
Recently got to watch I think it was a movie adaptation of maybe a short series on television called The River Murders.
He was in that. He's
Yeah.
doing like made for TV stuff now?
Yeah, it was Ray Liotta and Slater played. I believe he was just like your generic type, smart ass cop type deal. He might have been an investigator or something.
Did he do it well? Do you think he did it well?
Oh, he made me hate his guts.
He's wonderful, isn't he? I mean,
Yeah,
he really is a good
and
actor.
That's it takes a good actor to do that.
Heel or
And-
face, you gotta
Yep.
love him.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. We're gonna
You
move it
got
on.
that reference though, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
Okay, good.
What do you say? Getting stoned and talking
I
about
love I love this book, man. These guys are awesome. I wish I was just like the guy talking, getting stoned, getting all raw about shit. Love these guys.
A very large Ethan Suplee back then before he lost all the weight.
Yeah.
too.
Dude, he's a biker. He's a cyclist now.
Is he really?
Yeah, dude, he's lost like a ton of weight. He's a full blown cyclist.
Good for him. Too bad he's a Scientologist. Anyway.
Oh. We're blanking religion. I hate that about. I learned that about Jason Lee, Giovanni Ribisi,
Yeah.
all these actors that I really, really like, and they're like, you find out they're Scientologists, and you're like,
Everybody can have their faults.
Well, there's no accountability.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, can I just throw in 2 movies really fast?
No.
spread him.
Okay, really fast. Kind of serious movies, really great. The first one is I know I think I mentioned this before, maybe not, but Flawless with Robert De Niro and Philip Seymour
That
Hoffman.
was a wonderful movie.
It was a
I
fantastic.
think you
movie.
mentioned that on the website, right?
Yeah, when after
with
Philip
the death
Seymour
of Philip
died.
Seymour Hoffman.
But it's fantastic. For those of you that don't really know much about it, Philip Seymour Hoffman played a drag queen. Robert De Niro was a cop who suffered a stroke, and so he needed a speech therapist, and Philip Seymour Hoffman was one. It was just amazing, the story of how those two interacted, because Robert De Niro hated him for the longest time. But it was a great movie. Check it out. And then in the other movie, really fast, is Tape with Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman.
Never saw it.
It's an act one. It's a one-act movie. It all takes place in a hotel room with 3 characters.
Like a short film?
No, it's a long film, but it's all dialogue based.
Oh, like a static set movie?
and it is amazing.
That's
It
kind of
is,
like how the Big Kahuna was. That was
Yeah.
good too.
but seriously,
I
Tape-
love a static set when it's
Tape
used
with
right. I think
Ethan
it's
Hawke
great.
and Uma Thurman. Solid dialogue. It was brilliant. So there you go.
Right on, man. We're going to move on to a segment we call in Silver Screen Nostalgia. It's everybody's we're going around the table and everybody's going to name 2 movies that they really enjoyed from their childhood. One that still stands today, and that's negotiable. That's all in your opinion.
Well, I've got tons of those, so
Yeah.
but I'll just list off. one.
There's way too many of those.
Oh,
but
yeah.
one that you've seen recently from your childhood that just
Okay.
fell absolutely flat. And we'll go to Joe. We'll start with Joe on that. Joe, what do you got, buddy?
All right. The first one being Super Mario Brothers. I know back in the day, and rest
Please
in
tell me
peace-
this is the one that's fallen flat.
Yeah.
Okay.
It got better.
It
And,
was so sad. Yeah.
Rest
Yeah.
in peace, Bob Hoskins.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
Back
Mr.
then,
Shmee.
when I saw the movie, I didn't understand, why things were so different from the games, but I accepted it as, hey,
He
this
was an
is,
understanding child.
yeah, this is video games. This is awesome.
I liked it when I was younger
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I
And,
enjoyed it too.
a few years back, I was like, I got to see Mario Brothers. I got to see Dennis Hopper and all this different
John
stuff.
Leguizamo, right?
Yeah, and
A Hispanic guy playing in Italian. That's not, that's fine.
Why not?
but
And a Cockney.
it was just I can't even describe the disgust that came from that. Granted, at Hoskins, I personally think he made an all right Mario, but I was informed today that through most of the movie he was drunk
You're welcome.
by our cohort here.
You would have to be to do that
Both
movie.
of them were. They just drank scotch most of the time.
Well, in his
Sweaty.
defense, he had just signed on to Mario.
Mm.
So he just signed on
Yeah.
to do a Mario film.
Yep, and that one flops.
Yeah,
Anyway.
absolutely.
I'll be honest. I think I've mentioned this before in the other shows. Never really did watch a whole lot of movies growing up because I was always had my nose straight in video games if
Yep.
it was not obvious.
Sure, sure.
This is actually a cartoon, and it's a favorite.
Well, most cartoons animated movies still hold up.
Was 101 Dalmatians.
Yes.
Really?
I
thought you would have went like RoboCop.
Cruella de Vil.
RoboCop still holds up.
too.
Cruella de Vil.
Yeah. And definitely not the live action movies. Make you want to punch infants. The
What a wonderful review for that film. It made me want to punch infants.
Yeah. I just, growing up, it was one of the first Disney movies that I actually got to see, and I enjoyed it. And after seeing it, there was parts of it that cracked me up that I remember just the same as when I was little. I mean, Horace and Jasper, two of the villain characters, are still they destroy me. But yeah, it's one of them that has stood up over the years.
That was back when Pizza Hut got promotional rights to all the Disney movies that were coming out.
Yep.
Because I had the 101 Dalmatians animated movie cups or whatever that you collect from Pizza Hut.
Oh, that's when like Disney would like re-release animated movies periodically.
Yeah.
And if they ever push it out on Blu-ray or DVD again, I'm going to be happy to buy it. I've just not found it anywhere.
Not been pressed for Blu-ray quite yet, has it?
Give them time. Disney does their whole Disney Vault thing, and they
Disneyland.
All right, Eddie.
All right, so in regards to movies that still stand up today for me, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, the first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being the key qualifier.
Yeah.
There.
No, I like all three. I actually have you know what? I'm sorry. I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 as well.
I'm going to
But
quote
This man.
James Rolfe here.
nice.
Ninja Turtles 3 suck shit.
It was fun for me. But anyways, the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I actually, during Christmas, at work, we had a bunch of students at one of the stores while they were doing their Christmas shopping, and I had to stay back in the back room with the other ones that were done. And I was like, they have a DVD player. So I took some of the students, like, we're going to the electronics area, and I bought the complete set of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, and I was like, let's go watch the first one. Amazing.
Yes.
And like it's the best movie ever, and it still holds up to this day.
I mean, that fucking Creature Shop worked on the costumes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And so, in regards to movies to me that flop nowadays, Joey actually took my number one, which was Mario Brothers.
Right on.
And I went with my number two, a movie I liked when I was younger, and I watched it over and over, but then when I watched it again, because it came on TV, it was terrible. Street Fighter.
Oh,
That movie was never fucking good.
I am going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass.
I like how in that movie, like, he's what, a colonel?
Yeah, Colonel
And he
Guile.
mentions that the only training he ever had was ROTC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he's a
awesome.
colonel.
There's a reason.
He's a colonel.
Because
Yeah.
he's amazing, because he's Guile. But yeah, Street Fighter,
I
I
believe
watched
the Malaysian fight 370 got lost in the plot holes in that movie.
And they call him Ryu.
and I loved it because they pumped in so many characters. They're like, let's get everyone in there. Let's make them look ridiculous and seem ridiculous. And
Kylie Minogue's in it, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kylie Minogue could be in any movie.
All right, what about you, Jordan?
I have a lot that stand up, but I'm going to go with the main one. That I'm going with Ghostbusters. That
Yes.
still stands up.
Absolutely,
Absolutely. That movie's almost 30 years old now, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still
Phenomenal.
it's still phenomenal. I never get tired of that. I think I like it more and more every time I watch it.
I was going to go Ghostbusters or Goonies for you. That was my guess. I want to know which one
I have-
fell
I have-
flat because we had
I have
the
Goonies
same
on
idea.
there.
We had the same idea for the ones that fell flat.
Do you want to
This
take?
motherfucker fell flatter than a bitch on a big wheel.
Do you want to take it, or do you want me to do it?
You go ahead and take it. I'll
All
put me
right.
on the spot. I'll think of a new one.
All right, movie that fell flat. This is a movie I probably watched 250 times when I was younger. Loved it. That would be Garbage Pail Kids.
Worst fucking
I
movie.
tried to watch that movie about 3 years ago because I grew up with it, and I was like, "Oh my god, they got Garbage Pail Kids on Netflix." I got 40 minutes into it, and no,
I quit.
the fucking
no.
the fucking Garbage Pail Kids, they're fucking scary because the masks don't work
Not
right.
to mention, you can see the puppeteers like working on
It's
like the cords.
Frightening. There's a part where they're coming through the window. I was like, ugh. Like, no.
Never mind the acting.
It has
right?
Sean Astin's little brother in it, and the main villain's this bully named Juice, and apparently all he has to do in that town, there's a movie theater there, but he has nothing better to do than to hang outside the antique
Fuck
shop
with
and
people.
fuck with people. And he's got a car.
Yeah.
Whatever. The Garbage Pail
He
Kids.
must be from Lawrenceburg.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I gotta go. As far as the movie that still stands up, man, I gotta go with the movie that is still from my childhood that is still my favorite film of all time, and that is Back to the Future.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Don't
God.
need money dun, dun.
A couple of years ago, I actually picked up the 25th anniversary on Blu-ray, man, and it was.
The only
It
thing
was
that's really dated in that movie is
amazing.
the green screen.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
else holds up.
Well, fashion's a little.
Well, yeah,
fashion,
but
all that stuff
it is
out.
what it is.
But
No,
I
but
mean, the
it's a
plot
great
still
story.
stands, the acting still stands,
Mhm.
and I mean, there have been actually like people who have spent their entire life actually studying the possibilities of time travel. Who have
People
noted,
build DeLoreans.
who have noted the Back to the Future series is probably the most accurate portrayal of what real time travel could be ever committed to celluloid. So, just a brilliant film, and I know everyone's seen it, so I'm not. This is nothing new for anybody, but motherfucker, that is the greatest film franchise ever made, hands down. It's the only film franchise that I've ever seen where I enjoyed all three parts almost equally. Like it's just, it's so fucking good.
Can I do my Back to the Future impression for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, here it is. It's a conversation between Marty and Doc. You ready?
I'm ready.
Morty! Doc!
There it is.
All right.
Bravo.
Thank you.
And of course, the movie that falls flat is the little known horror film Chopping Mall.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah.
It sounds like a winner.
Fucking a mall and robots rising up to kill people, and I watched that movie probably 60 times when I was a kid. And I tried to watch it a couple of years ago. I even bought it. Like I had to order it off Amazon from a bootlegger because it hadn't even been printed to DVD.
Oh, the joke's on you.
He's the one who probably made the movie.
I paid $15 for a copy of a film that was printed off in some guy's bedroom. And oh shit, it was awful. That is the worst movie. It was terrible.
I put the peanut butter solution down too, because I watched that movie a lot, and it's bad.
What about you, Mike?
Oh God. I
Let's
have
all
to-
keep in mind that and I really want to point this out because it's very important to the
If
show.
you make an age comment, I swear to God, I'm going to kick you in the ovaries.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. First one that
I
I've got
saw
to
The
put-
Wizard of Oz when it came out.
At theaters.
Oh, God, I hate you all.
I took the trolley.
Yeah. So Mike's going to be listing a few movies from my dad's childhood.
I really don't know why I come back to this show. I swear to God.
Mike actually brought me the newspaper from when the Titanic sank.
You come back because Angie makes them delicious.
It was
bacon wrap
actually
That's a good
on the
point.
Titanic. That's why it was a little crusty. Blazing Saddles is my stand-up movie.
Yep.
Oh, that's an amazing film.
I'm sorry, from childhood.
Of course, if you can get past all the terrible racism.
No, I know,
in the
but
movie.
as a kid, that's what made it so hilarious.
It was very tongue in cheek.
so tongue in cheek,
Very naughty.
and I just listened to like a live broadcast with producers and directors and everything talking about what they did to market this movie, and it was hilarious because they don't do this anymore. Mel Brooks actually, for the premiere in Hollywood, rented out a theater, and in the theater put up small stalls with actual cattle in it. So all these Hollywood premieres had to walk through cattle and this horrible just shit smell because they were crapping everywhere.
Yeah, leave it to Mel Brooks to do that.
And the studio execs, the movie finishes up and everything else like that. And all of a sudden they're like grabbing him and pulling him into an office and saying, "Oh my God, you had jokes about farts. You can't do this. You can't do this. This is Hollywood. You
No,
can't do
the
this."
racial jokes against blacks and Jews were fine.
Yeah,
Just
they
no farts
had no
in the
problem
movie.
with that, but
No.
by God, don't lower Hollywood
Let's disparage
standards
an
to
entire
fart on
new races
film.
of people, but don't fart. You cannot do that. You absolutely
Mel
not.
to this day still is one of the funniest
Yeah.
men and an absolute brilliant
Well,
mind
he-
for
he-
bringing comedy.
And he
and
did
very-
Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Well, let's give credit. That is possibly one of the worst films
No,
ever.
I know, but the
Okay.
lady who played Lucy was
Yeah.
She was very
Did you ever see Springtime for Hitler?
Yes.
That was an amazing movie. It was really good.
Aren't
too.
you talking about the producers?
Yeah, the producers, which had
Yeah.
Springtime for Hitler in it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
both versions of it, phenomenal.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that
I like Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. Great.
Spaceballs? Oh, shit. There
Can,
goes the
can you
planet.
name Spaceballs is actually the end of the Mel Brooks film History of the World.
I've yet to see it. I know it though.
Okay,
Oh.
History of the World, the very end of it, coming soon, and they give all these little segments, but their very last one is Jews in Space. That was actually the lead-in to Spaceballs.
Love Spaceballs.
And which one falls flat for you, Mike?
Oh my God, this one is so bad, and if any of you all have seen
Troll
this, I'll
2.
be amazed. Shut up, no. The
Collect-
Black Hole.
I've heard of it.
If you put down Maximilian, we're going to have words.
Maximilian Schnell was the actual Dr. Hans Reinhardt. But the Black Hole, when I saw it as a kid, phenomenal
Disney movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Disney's first PG rated.
Didn't that damn near bankrupt them? Not bankrupt, but it hurt them.
It was a high budget for Disney. It was their first PG because it was the first Disney film that actually had cussing in it. I went and saw this, and as a kid,
So edgy.
this
Much
had
edgy.
kind of a Star Wars feel to me, and I loved it. I go back and watch it now. It is the most hokey piece of shit you will ever see. You watch this, and it's like, oh my! I could drive a truck
You
through
have
that plot.
officially rustled Joey's jimmies. His jimmies are rustled.
The Maximilian robot. I know when I first saw the movie as a kid, I was like, oh my God, it's like the coolest shit ever. This mean
I
ass
thought that
robot.
about the robot in Rocky 4.
Oh, God.
Beep, boop, beep, 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 boop.
Happy birthday, Paulie. Rocky 4 was silly.
No, but I mean, when you look at, you've got Anthony Perkins as the bad guy in a movie.
Ooh,
I mean, and
the
he
psycho
doesn't
guy.
have his mother locked in a basement. You
Nice.
know something's wrong.
All right, we're going to go out to a segment we're going to thoughtfully call These Are a Few. No, we're not going to that segment.
Teaser.
Fuck this piece of shit. We're not going to that. Who said that? Kick this bastard off the show.
Yeah, get out of here.
We're going to go to a
Get that shit
segment.
off my lawn.
We're going to go to a movie-related segment, in as much as it was a wonderful novel that was adapted to film. A section called Needful Things. Let me paint you a picture with my
Caveat
words.
emptor.
These are a few of my favorite things.
So in Needful Things, there's a Needful Things, also known as the last story in Castle Rock, that actually took place in Castle Rock, is it's the book, movie, whatever you want to refer to. Leland Gaunt, a mysterious old man, moves to the town of Castle Rock and opens up I guess like a thrift store almost.
Yeah.
Kind of like a little shop. What's so funny?
Of
at it?
I'm
horrors?
sorry, but every time you say Castle Rock,
I actually had
in
that
my
on my
head,
list of movies
You're
that stands
thinking of
up. I love
Fragile
Little
Rock.
Shop.
Fragile Rock.
every
Fragile
time
Rock.
every time you say Castle Rock, all I hear is down in Fraggle Rock. But go on.
So thank you for interrupting me for that. I'm
You
glad
asked,
no, it's fine.
was
I'm glad I
laughing.
went to you.
I'm allowed to laugh.
There's
You
a big,
asked.
Why do you even acknowledge him at this point?
In all honesty, I don't know why I do.
I hate this podcast.
Well, so he opens up a store in Castle Rock, and when you walk into the store, he is selling the thing that you want most in the entire world, and all you have to do for that one item. And we're talking about something tangible. We're not talking about like he can give you like a magic penis that grants wishes, or eternal love, or a whole boatload of bitches. But the one tangible possession you want more than anything in this world, he's got it. And it's for a very low price. All you have to do is perform a task, in the movie or book, a task that
It's a prank.
Yeah, a prank that eventually leads to the just chaos and downfall of a fucking town. But nonetheless, so we're gonna start with Eddie. I don't know why, but we're gonna start. We're gonna start with Eddie. Eddie, you walk into. Go ahead. Jordan.
Really quick, you want to know who else was in Castle Rock? Another famous Stephen King. I mean, he did several, but
Yeah.
Cujo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think all the earlier stuff did.
Some of
for
them,
the most part, yeah.
Cujo.
And then he started branching out to like
Derry.
Dairy, and for Dreamcatcher and so on and so forth.
Dr. Sleep was pretty good. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, man.
So you walk into Needful Things, Leland Gaunt's shop, and this charming old man approaches you and asks you, "What's the Max von Sydow asked you what it is you want more than anything else in this world? What is it?"
Well, Jordan will kind of recognize this. This is something that we've talked about for many years.
Recognize I fucking invented it.
Exactly. The magic pants. It's this pair of blue jeans that we have known about since our childhood.
That you invented
Nope.
since your childhood?
No.
No, I invented it at
Yeah.
the food court.
Exactly.
That's right.
And you could
I was part of that conversation.
and every
You were
time
once.
you reach into your pocket, you can pull out any amount of money that you want,
What a cop out!
and it's amazing. The magic pants is not a cop out.
I would beat you up and take them.
You couldn't get them off me because I gained too much weight, and they're at the cut them off me.
They're just stuck on now.
It's okay.
Yeah, but anybody else who saw the other person's shit saw something worthless, so you'd see like a pair of jams or something.
Exactly.
Like,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
So that's mine.
Okay.
that's how Leland Gaunt works.
That's good. I mean, you're going to be rich if that's what you're into.
No, I just want the magic pants.
If you're not going to be rich, then what are you going to do with the money?
Huh?
Give it to charity.
Whatever I want.
I'm not gonna lie, Eddie definitely snatched part of my idea.
He's got a good
so-
one.
What about you, Jordan? What does Leland Gaunt possess that you want?
Leland Gaunt has a Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yes.
That's not just something you can order online.
No, they'll never make one.
No,
a
they
remake,
they've
like
teased
an
about
HD
it.
remake or
Like
something.
taking basically just a complete overhaul, reskin, do what they did with the old one, just have super high quality.
Like kind of like the re-release of like Resident Evil.
Exactly, just with today's technology, it's mine, and I will play any
And
prank.
that's the one thing that does it for you.
Yeah,
Dude, here's the thing. I bet you Sony would have loved to have that because they wouldn't be in such money trouble.
yeah, that's Sony as a whole. Their video game division is just fine.
But I'm just saying though.
Yeah.
That-
They need
that-
to stop making computers and phones. They'll be all right.
Hey, they just got to make a Final Fantasy remake.
Fair enough. I walk into
That's mine.
Leland Gaunt store, and sitting there on the shelf is a CG Seed graded 9.6, Amazing Fantasy number 15.
We can go to Jimmy Cornette and get that.
I doubt his is CG Seed 9.6 though.
I don't know.
I don't think there's a 9. I don't think there's anything higher than like a 7 or something in existence right now. But
Sounds amazing.
yeah, it's first appearance of Spider-Man, and to have a 9.6 graded CG Seed.
What's your prank? What prank do you have to pull?
I have to sneak into a woman's house, steal all of her underwear, and eat all of her pumpkin pie in the refrigerator. Now, I know that sounds not so bad, but she's a very large woman.
Oh, okay.
Clearly made clear by the fact that she has an entire refrigerator filled with pumpkin pie.
In the summertime.
In the
Well-
summertime.
But
Where is
that's-
she getting the ingredients for this shit?
I swear to God, I thought you were going that you have like a pumpkin allergy or something.
Well, Jordan, didn't you eat the governor of Kentucky's?
No.
No,
I
no.
think that needs to come out. I think it's time that everybody in this great state knows. And this is something we're actually going to talk to our future special guest. That we're no spoilers on that. We've been in correspondence with a special guest for the future, and I think it's time we talk about him. Jordan, can we take a second to talk about the incident of your life?
Fine. Just don't mention my,
No,
Yeah.
we're not going to mention anything about
Actually,
that.
we would like it if you would tell the story.
But
Let's hear the story, Jordan. You want to paint us that picture?
you can just tell us what happened. Nothing's gonna happen. No one's gonna get in trouble. It happened so long ago.
All right, about 15 years ago,
Someone Jordan knows.
I was in the governor's mansion, and they said we could have any food out of the fridge. Little did I know it was the governor's fridge, and I ate a piece of his cheesecake.
Which governor was that?
I can't remember.
It's okay. It doesn't matter. He still ate.
If that had been Mitch McConnell, you would have ate all of his cheesecake, wouldn't you? And then shit in the pan and put it back in the refrigerator.
I'd be like, "Here's your cheesecake."
That's great. Yeah, we
Thank
don't
you,
have to
Jordan.
name drop too much in that one, but it was pretty good. Are we going on to Mike? Is Mike? You saunter into needful things. What is it exactly that you find?
It's going to seem stupid, but time glasses. And
Explain.
what I mean by that are glasses that you can put on, and you literally can look at an area and see backwards in time to what it originally looked like. And what I love is,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, I mean Frankfurt and all these other great places where I was born in Russellville, Kentucky, and everything. You've got these great old buildings, and I always wonder, what did they look like in the heyday? I mean, what did that originally look
Sure.
like before it became the dump it currently is?
Yeah, it's kind of dorky.
Yeah.
but it's fine.
Thank you. But what
I mean, it's no Amazing Fantasy 15, Mike, but it's pretty good.
I know, but Amazing Fantasy 15 in a CGC 9.6 is, yeah, you're doing a lot more than going in and eating some pumpkin
That's
pie.
not what Leland said. That's not what he said.
Well,
Like,
He
you'll
said-
be eating pumpkin pie, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I had to steal her underwear, too, if you remember.
Well, he didn't tell you it was on her at the time. So,
Details.
time
I'll do
glasses, I want to be able to see an area, a building, something, and just be able to keep dialing it back and see what that area originally looked like.
I want to see what my girlfriend looks like when she was 20.
Still just as beautiful.
Nice.
She's
Very
standing
good.
behind me.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's got a frying pan.
Oh no.
It looks
What is she like Andy Capp's girlfriend with a rolling pin?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one, Mike. Actually, I give credit for your creativity there. I like
So basically, you're asking for the Google Glass.
that. But leave it to a really old fucking man to want to turn back time. Like,
If I could turn back time.
let's go to Joe. What about you, Joe? What's Leland got for you?
I'm going to go ahead and say, Eddie did mention the magic pants.
Thank you.
I've had a little trouble thinking of this one, but I'll have to go back to something that a friend of mine was talking about. One of our actually deceased friends. I would
God
love,
rest his soul.
yeah, would love to be able to have a mint off the, I guess, press, whatever, violin case and the freaking Thompson.
I thought you were going to say the Stradivarius.
Well, a Strat would be nice too, but the original issue Tommy gun.
Yep.
Wow.
That'd be pretty cool.
Nice.
I just,
Would you spell "eat lead Tracy" on
Sure,
Jeremy's
why
house?
That is awesome. That is.
Sure, I believe
What's
you.
your prank? What do you got to do?
kind of
Joey, can you walk around saying, "Sure, I believe you"?
He has to have-
Tommy gun.
But my Tommy gun don't.
His prank is he has to have sex with a woman who has a Milwaukee accent.
Oh crap!
Oh crap!
I thought you were just going to end it with he's going to have sex with a woman.
Yeah, with a very sharp Milwaukee accent.
And a lot of pumpkin pies in the
I had
fridge.
to not write on your house with my gun.
Yeah, that's your prank. Don't shoot up my house. That is wonderful. So this is Derby weekend officially kicking off right now. This is Friday. Derby weekend's kicking off. It's one of those things, you don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Who gives a shit? All I know is it involves big hats.
And I'm staying inside.
And I'm staying home. But Mike threw out the idea earlier of taking these horses. They all got absurd names and stuff. Is taking them and picking their silks, the colors of their silks, what they're garbed in, and giving them a name that's kind of steeped in nerdery. So, Mike, since this was your idea, man, we'll go to you first. What do you think?
Well, since I have no planning on this at all, I'm going to steal from my wife what she had actually sent to me,
Okay.
which would be an absolute green silk. You actually have the emblem for the Resistance on there, and the name of the horse is going to be Yoda Man, and you can have the jockey perfectly in Yoda green and Yoda Man, and that was totally her idea, which
That's-
actually brought this whole thing up.
That's pretty not bad. No,
Okay.
That's pretty good, Mike. I like that.
The horse's silk would be blue and light blue. The name would have to be X Buster.
There you go.
From Mega
I like
Man
that.
X.
That's actually pretty damn cool. Yeah.
All right, my horse would have yellow and brown silks, and its name would be Mojo's Hot Brown. Because I love the Marvel character Mojo, and
And you love to get a little hot brown.
it just sounds great. Mojo's Hot Brown. It's
What
like,
about you, Jordan? Do you have one?
Yeah, the silk would be red and black with a white seraphim symbol on it. It would be called the Ve Victus. Points to anybody who even gets that.
I did not. Right
Thank
over
you,
my
Joey.
head.
That would be Soul Reaver?
Legacy of Kane.
Legacy of Kane, yes.
nice.
Right on.
I like
Right
that.
on. I'm going to name my horse. It's clobbering time. And its silk is going to be draped in orange rock, so the horse kind of goes sway back. Like, the horse looks like its knees are buckling because it's got orange rock on its back.
Does it even finish the race?
No, it don't even finish the race. It doesn't. Not only does it not get last, not only does it get last place, but it stops halfway around the first lap, and they got to go escort it.
No, they don't escort it off the track. They just go and just like give it a little shot and then put it in the back of a trailer.
And it's glue by next week. All right, guys.
So,
we're
so
gonna,
you change it to Elmer's.
Yeah.
all right, guys. We're gonna go to the phone. We got a special call in for this week. Our friend Mar, or our video game buddy, our Xbox buddy from the great state of Minnesota, is we're gonna be going to the phone. And he and Joey both were lucky enough to be able to see the Amazing Spider-Man 2 this week.
Definitely.
So they're going to give us a brief review on that. So we're going to go to the phone and see what's up. So without further dudes, we're gonna go to Mar on the phone. What's up, Mar? How's it going, buddy?
Oh, pretty good, guys. Glad to be on, and well, just happy to be here, and glad to be part of the podcast.
That's awesome, man. We're glad to have you. Now, I know you were talking earlier about Spider-Man 2, right? The Burg Nerds' own Joey has seen Spider-Man 2, and we figured we would go to you guys for a review. So we'll start with Mar. Mar, what was it you loved so much, and maybe what you didn't love so much about Spider-Man 2?
Well, spoilers. Sorry.
First, one question. Am I allowed spoilers?
Yeah, just yell out "spoiler alert."
Okay, fair enough. I'll try to keep it as free as possible, but I'll make sure.
Fair enough.
First thing for me it's just just how Garfield acted in this movie. There's a lot of the action scenes.
So you like Garfield as Spider-Man, as the web slinger?
For this one, because of how they're doing all the action sequences. I mean, like with all the CG, it works really well with him because he's really spindly.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, I mean, it's like with this one because there's some scenes in there where he's doing like super acrobatics in a really tight space. I really don't see how they would have put like a CG'd Toby in there instead of Garfield, because Garfield, I saw him doing that because he has that character, that kind of goofy character to him, to kind of pull off what they had.
Right on. Joe, what did you think? Give us a little bit of insight into the film.
I'm gonna say the CG effects in this movie were pretty freaking nuts.
Really? Was there like a lot of good like swinging
my
shots
God.
and stuff?
There
really?
was some, like the perspective, like a lot of it. Sometimes you would see some first-person views of Peter Parker, when he's swinging, and they do a lot of slow down, some panning and stuff like that, and it's just, I mean, it'll pull the heartstrings of any nerd who wants to have Spider-Man's abilities.
That would be me.
Yes,
that would be everyone at this table here today.
Yeah, and there's a lot of it in that movie, and it's just, some of it's, you're just sitting there kind of going, oh my God, how did they come about making this? And I think about back in Spider-Man 3 when Sandman first put himself together.
Sandman.
Oh man, I was like, that's amazing. And
touche.
Yeah,
it is amazing.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, definitely. And what Mo mentioned about Garfield in this is, he, to me, does an excellent Peter Parker. I think he nails it. Yeah, I mean, as far as the effects, man, there's some crazy, crazy shit.
Now, what about villains for the film, Mar? What did you think about the villains as far as that goes? Were they, you're kind of what you liked and what you didn't like, if anything?
Oh, I'll admit, kind of like Joey, I was really hesitant on Jamie Foxx just because they were like really changing Electro, going from that like the green and yellow outfitted costume,
right,
and then just
to a freaking hoodie.
Different, yeah, the hoodie with blue skin.
Yeah.
And
because there's nothing that says 1960s Stan Lee, Steve Ditko like a hoodie.
Blue raspberry Jamie Foxx.
I mean, no lightning bolts to be seen whatsoever. You can't get to this man's powers. He's just blue.
So he was Dr. Manhattan, basically. Was his dick out the entire movie?
Thankfully, they didn't pull a dark horse move like that.
Because let's face it, if there's anything in this world I want to see, it's Jamie Foxx's dick.
Well, they called it an electrode.
It's in the uncut edition when they have him in the Raven Cross.
Was it an uncut dick in the uncut edition? Well, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't really care much about speaking to whether or not Jamie Foxx is circumcised. Now, what about everybody's favorite butthole, Paul Giamatti? Like, I know Joe. We're all big fans of Paul Giamatti. I love Paul Giamatti. Pig vomit. Jordan loves pig vomit.
There's not enough Paul Giamatti in that.
That's exactly what Joey said. He said there wasn't enough Paul Giamatti. Now, the way I understood it was that Rhino was in the beginning of the film a lot. Is that true?
Well, in the beginning, they show one of the if you remember, like the 1990s cartoon,
right?
When they had like the spaceship coming down with what was isotope like P-139 or whatnot.
Yeah.
And they had Rhino in the heist. That I loved how they paid the homage to that, where it was Giamatti's crew getting the armored car of that element.
Yeah.
like smashing through cars, just going straight down, like bat out of hell style. And they had a lovely car wreck that reminded me of the Blues Brothers a lot. And then played that, had Spuddy do his thing, and then you didn't see him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then basically ended the movie. You start this wonderful cinematic fight. It's going to start. It goes into it, and then black screen. I was like, that was the one time I was like, fuck this movie. Fuck this.
Yes, I'm going to totally
Walk out
agree
right
with
now.
you. That ending scene where you've got Giamatti in the freaking rhino mecha suit is like, oh my god, this is so freaking amazing, and then credits, and it was just like, oh, I want to just
Spoiler
see more
alert.
of him. Yeah, definitely spoiler alert. After spoiling.
I don't think it's much of a spoiler because we've seen it in the commercials.
Well,
Yeah.
basically, anybody who listens to the podcast knows that if we even talk about spoiler alerts, it's going to have spoilers in it.
Yeah. It's to tell the honest truth, a lot of what you see in the commercials and the previews for the movie, really, that's about as much as you see in the rhino suit. Other than there's a couple of little more parts to it, but just absolutely amazing. Like when they start going at one another, fixing to square off. It's just like you want the movie to go on for like at least 10 or 15 more minutes.
At least 10 or 15 more hours.
Yeah, hours. Yeah, that works too.
Oh yeah. I
Um,
looked at it as cool. This is the third villain fight, and this was done correctly, awesome, and black.
Yeah.
Right on. So overall, Mar, what did you think about the movie? Would you recommend it to nerds out there?
I would actually say I liked it a lot better than the first one. Just with this one, the villains themselves, how they portrayed them, how they made them, and part of it's just I like the visual design of them a lot better than when they did the lizard. That looks like an overgrown Goomba from the Mario Brothers movie.
touching back on Mario Brothers tonight.
So, Joe, what did you think, buddy? Overall, you recommend the movie?
Overall, I would definitely recommend it. One thing I do want to touch on is another villain that appeared in it.
Yeah.
Was Green Goblin, and he was in it.
I didn't even know that, really.
Mm-hmm. He was in it very shortly. It was one of those appearances that he's there for a brief amount of time, and it's awesome to the point that you want to see more, but you're probably going to get it on down the road. So,
Right.
I kind of think maybe that's what they, like we mentioned earlier, like how they portrayed Heath Ledger for Joker at first, and he just, a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's crappy. I don't want to see it," and I really like how they did Harry Osborn. I mean, Osborn is the Green Goblin, and
The guy that got to play him, is he a better? Would you say he's a better?
when
Harry
I first saw
Osborn?
him, all I could think is, "Oh, look, it's hipster." It's a freaking hipster version of Harry Osborn.
He had like eyeliner and flippy hair.
Yeah, flappy hair. But he actually plays a pretty cool role in the movie. So
Well, that's pretty cool. And thank you, Mar, so much for calling in and taking time out of your busy schedule of saving the world and all the other amazing stuff you do. We really appreciate it.
And so,
Let's
um,
be
fuck
around.
you
I
too.
can't believe I'm going to add alcohol to this in 2 weeks. Good God.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're
that's
going to
right.
have
Mar's
him
gonna-
live.
Yeah, Mar's going to be joining us actually here. He's going to be coming down from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
see now I'm
Hey,
actually
don't you
glad.
know?
See, now I'm actually glad to know because I'm really glad to know that you're going to be visiting here because I was wondering, I was like, there was a guy named Maurice that is messaging me about alcohol. I was like, did I miss this memo? I was like, what's going on here?
Well, that just goes to show you that
Sorry.
that you
Sorry,
you never
idiot.
know what's coming your way when you're dealing with the bird.
No, I love this. So I'm so glad can't wait to meet you.
Yeah, Mar's going to be joining us. Mar, thank you so much for giving us your time, and I guess if nothing else, we will see you in a week, buddy.
Yep. See you soon, my brother from another mother.
When I get down there.
All right, man.
All right.
Also, I have one question, just because I realized when I'm coming down, I think I have the right date. Do you all want to go out and see, what is it, Days of Future Past, X-Men? Because I think it's releasing, like, the week of or the week before next
Only if
podcast.
it's just me and you.
I hate the theater, so
Okay.
you can count me
Okay.
out of that.
Yeah.
Jordan is out on that. You might be able to count me in on that, Mar. It's not a terrible idea.
Same here.
We'll see. We'll
No,
see.
fuck you. It's too late.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Mar, for calling in, buddy. We really appreciate it.
All right, ladies
All right.
and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys. You have a great one, okay?
Take care, man.
Later,
And,
bud.
Great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mar has appeared courtesy of the Hers Celebrity Hotline.
Yes.
And the Hers Celebrity Hotline
With
is
the word celebrity loosely defined.
and
Very loosely.
I told you he's an oil baron. He's just fine.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
that was wonderful.
I think that's going to do
A
it.
long line of Maurice Strongs.
I think
He
that's
is
going to do it
smart.
for us tonight, guys. We are the Burg Nerds. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Jordan.
Eddie.
Joe.
Mike.
Statute of limitations on that cheesecake, by the way.
Good night.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Now to pause and refresh. For your convenience, we have an attractive refreshment stand in the lobby with buttered popcorn, golden good and hot from the popper, your favorite candies, wholesome and rich with a flavor treat for every taste, ice cream and other good things to eat, plus delicious Coca-Cola. So bright and bracing with the tang and tingle unmatched by any other beverage. Enjoy ice-cold Coca-Cola at our refreshment stand right now.